Future Under the Loop with Tatiana Karpenko.
Artificial intelligence for everybody? Will we soon have chatbots everywhere? Will they learn like humans? Will they look like humans? We will try to give answers to these questions with experts. Stay with us. Well, this is not exactly how one would like to imagine the future full of offensive neo-Nazi chatbots, but that is exactly how the future knocked at our door recently, as a nasty, dubious bot Tay. With big pomp, Microsoft introduced a chatbot which was supposed to imitate a tweeting teenager. Everybody was invited to chat with Tay. And a lot of people did use the remarkable possibility. But at a certain moment, chatbots started to tweet weird, sexist and neo-Nazi claims. Microsoft put Tay offline and deleted all offensive tweets. But after Tay was switched on again, the same situation happened. Microsoft said Tay's interlocutors misused a so-called repeat after me function. They just forced the chatbot to repeat constantly offensive remarks, and she adopted them. Now Tay is put silent again. But despite the embarrassment, Microsoft proclaimed that soon we all will be using personal assistants, chatbots like Tay, hopefully an upgraded version of it. For those who missed the first part of our program, we are assisted by Svetlana Hun, who has a PhD degree in computer science and works on creating chatbots. Svetlana, when we think about this situation with Tay, it seems not as easy to make a chatbot, isn't it?
Oh, well, it's really not easy. It depends on what you want. Our technology has already reached the state where we can produce meaningful chatbots for specific purposes, covering only a narrow domain of knowledge. And then we can create meaningful dialogues targeting a specific task. For instance, we can create a good chatbot or a good dialogue system which helps us to book a flight, for instance. But it's still a very, very hard problem to create a software, a chatbot, which is able just to do informal, free conversation, unrestricted, talking about every topic, responding to every kind of utterance, not only questions. Then it becomes really, really hard.
There are chatbots which pretend kind of to be real humans. If people try to communicate with them, people do not know that they are chatbots and not really real humans who are sitting just behind the screen.
I don't think that it's a question of fear or a kind of anxiety. It's just a matter of expectations. So if a chatbot pretends to be a human, then we talk to the chatbot as it was a human, and then we see somehow that something is wrong, or we just start testing from the beginning. Oh, is it a real human? Does it really understand what I'm saying? Does it react really appropriately to every kind of utterance? And sometimes it's very easy to find out that it's not a real human. For instance, if we don't understand something, we just try to clarify it. And these are things which help really to distinguish between real humans and not real humans, because real humans understand that it's not a simple question, but an attempt to clarify something which has been said before, and normally chatbots don't recognize it.
Speaking about this chatbot Tay from Microsoft, it was supposed to learn from others, and we know that it ended up quite ridiculous because teenagers misused it, asking to repeat different things, and they just ordered repeat after me, and the chatbot repeated, and in such way it learned a lot of bad words and bad things. So is it really a good way to learn for a chatbot?
Microsoft ran a similar experiment in China for a long period of time, and then it was the same technology, pretty the same technology, and then it was a quite successful experiment in China. So I'm not sure that it's about the way of learning. It's just about the Western culture, maybe. how Western people approach this kind of programs. It's about familiarity with the technology, maybe about testing the abilities of the software. But from the technological point of view, there are several different approaches how to learn, and learning from the users and then retrieving responses which users could have produced in a similar situation. It's one of the common approaches to chatbot language generation process.
There's a thing in artificial intelligence which is called deep learning, and they say that Facebook uses its algorithm in its new chatbot messenger. So it's actually a topic of our third part of our program, but how does it function, this deep learning algorithm?
Well, on a very general level, it can be explained compared to the language acquisition, how it happens with children on a very, very abstract level. Like, children observe many patterns of how we use the language, how we talk, the prosody, the sounds, then the vocabulary, then they try to put them together and to point to objects and name them and so on and so forth. So they create patterns step by step, starting from a very low level of phonetics and prosody and getting more advanced in creating sentences and more complex utterances, and even then telling stories. And deep learning observes patterns, technologically, of course, in a different way than children do it, but it's still pattern observation, pattern recognition, and then pattern production, more or less. So that they just try to get more and more patterns, how it's sequentially organized, and what fits together somehow.
In the third part of our program about artificial intelligence, chatbots are the new hype of messengers. Will they soon forever change the way we interact with devices? See you next Friday on our channel. Please don't forget to subscribe and write in comments which topic would you like to discuss next.
Future Under the Loop with Tatiana Karpenko.